And go.
Greetings, UAW Local 31. Dante Wilson here with two of our finest benefit reps, Nancy Hicklin and Miss Bobby Donnell. We are here for, we'll call this the benefit update number 2. Obviously, we know we're in the midst of this layoff for half of us right now, whether you took the voluntary or you just were a regular old second shifter. We are in the middle of it. We just wanted to kind of bring you some of the updated information as we're going through and traversing. A lot of this information is coming. It's all new, right? I'll speak for the folks in this room. We obviously are not laid off. So a lot of the first times we're seeing a lot of these things are when you guys are showing us the issues. And to be quite honest with you, the thing started November 19. That's literally, 14 days ago. They are seeing a lot of these issues at the state level for the first time as well. So I understand that don't make you feel no better. It don't make me feel no better either. But this is what we got to deal with, and this is what we have to overcome. So with no further ado we'll just jump into the meat and potatoes. There are 4 steps to this layoff, guys. 4 steps to the unemployment process as we know it, right? Number 1, open your claim, create an account, register. Whatever term you want to use, that's the first thing. Everybody can do that. If you're on second shift or you're already laid off, if you are already laid off, you should have done that at least a week ago. Okay? Open your claim, or just the next step. So first step, create an account. That should already be done for half the people or the people that are laid off. Next step, opening the initial claim. Guys, we had a meeting December 4th. I know everybody couldn't attend. It was extremely well attended. We were there exactly to open that initial claim for everybody that was already laid off. I know some people had issues registering and had to go to the post office. I get it. But last week was the time to make sure you had your initial claim open. If you opened your initial claim this week, Monday or Tuesday, we got some steps you got to follow. I'll let the ladies get into that coming up here. But if you were laid off, the opening initial claim was the second step that you needed to do, and that should have been done last week for most everybody that's laid off, okay? Number 3, weekly claims. You are available to do your weekly claim starting on Sunday. That is mostly for the seniority folks. If you're a temporary worker, I know you didn't get holiday pay, so you are probably a week ahead on a lot of that. And ladies, stop me if I'm wrong on that. But for most of the seniority folks that received holiday pay for the week of Thanksgiving and short work week, this is the week you should have claimed your weekly benefit, right? So starting on Sunday, which was the 8th, is that correct?
Yes.
You guys should have did your weekly claim then if you had already done those other 2 steps. It is not too late. So if you did it yesterday, or which we walked through many of those yesterday, or you did it today, that's perfectly fine. But that is the 3rd step is your weekly claim. So just real quick, create an account, open initial claim, which should have been done last week. Weekly claim, which started Sunday, you guys were available to do that. And it's not too late for you to do your weekly claim. Last but not least, after you get your monetary determination letter, which is available in your portal, in the Kansas UI portal under documents, or if you're elected for them to come by mail, they'll come by mail. 4th step is sub. File for sub. Now that packet literally is step by step, click by click. It has an arrow pointing to exactly what you're supposed to click. If you need help with it, that's perfectly fine. We're available at the hall. Ladies are available here till 7:30 at night.
7:30.
7:30 at night, 6:30 to 7:30 is benefits. 7:30 to 4:30 is the union hall. And, fortunately or unfortunately, just about everybody has my cell phone number. So, with that said, we will help you out with those 4 processes. Real quick, just to recap before I turn it over to the ladies. Create an account, step 1. Open initial claim, step 2. Step 3, apply for weekly benefits, which most everybody should have done starting Sunday. Step 4, sub. very vital that we keep those things in order because this is the waiting week for a lot of the folks, just about everybody. And if you don't apply for your sub and have everything in sequence, that is going to delay some things. But we do got some ways to work around that, and I will turn it over to the ladies to kind of talk about some of the other specifics.
Okay, so starting with the initial claims. For the folks that have applied for the initial claim on time, the week of 12/8 will be your waiting week. For the ones that submitted the claim with the waiting week, with the benefits of 11/30, the week of 11/30, and you claimed your holiday pay and your weekly earnings. So if you claimed your weekly earnings correctly, then everything's going to be okay if you claim that short work week, okay? So what it's going to do is then take that week, the unemployment office is going to tell you you're not eligible for that week, and then it's going to push back your waiting week will be the week of the 8th. So it looks like a lot of our waiting weeks are going to be on the 8th, okay? Then, Bobby, you want to add any, did I miss anything on that one?
No, you're okay.
Okay. So then we also have the weekly claims. So once you go in there and you file your weekly claim, on the work search activities, we've had a lot of questions on that, okay? Where do I put the application? Where do I put my work search activities? They all go in the journal, your work search journal, or when you tap on that weekly claim tab, it's going to populate right there, and you can add all three of them right there. For example, if I were to Google jobseekers.com and I'm at home, so I'm going to put the employer, jobseekers.com. I'm going to add my address from there because I did that at home. Then the position of the job, when you did the search, then you're going to put in the website, and then what was the result. There's two you can use. One, not accepting resumes or applications, not hired, and then submitted application and resume, not hired. So the unemployment office does know that there's not really a place for the search activities, so it all goes in this one spot, okay? But just make sure you submit an application or a resume. And then the other two is however you see you want to search for a job. If it's online, if it's by the phone, word of mouth, etc. Okay? Bobby, you got anything else with that?
And no, but based on that, guys, if you're still having problems getting in, because I did get some calls this morning, some of you haven't even made it to step 1 yet. If you're still having problems getting in, you might have to come down here to the plant because it's hard for us to tell you over the phone. Some of you have computers where we can look at it to see exactly where you guys are. It's better to come down here face to face and try to get all these issues resolved. Don't get stressed out behind this. Let us get stressed out for you. Come and let us help you, okay? What we don't know, we can call and try to get answers. And I want to apologize because when we first started off doing this, I know things have kind of flip-flopped a little bit, and we kind of on another level that we didn't think we was going to go to. But just be patient with us. They feeding us a little bit at a time, and we're trying to help you guys. Some of you guys are already in. I appreciate you going on Facebook, trying to help other people. But guys, we have some people, they just don't know computer at all. Come down to the plant. One day it's not gonna work, not gonna hurt you. Come and let us help you. Monday, if you try to call yesterday to try to get in and you never got through, we were swamped yesterday, okay? But if you come down to the plant, you can get in line like everybody else and let us try to work through this together, okay?
All right, so on that work search journal, I just want to put a button on that. Ms. Nancy and Ms. Bobby touched on an awful lot there, and I want to make sure it's super clear. Everything that you need to do as a requirement is in kansasui.gov. So when you go into your dashboard, everything's right there. Mm-hmm. There is a Kansas Works site. that does exist. It is through the state. It's not spam. It's not a scam. They are asking you, the state is asking you to register for that. That is, I guess you're required to register for Kansas Works, but you are not required to log anything in, quote unquote, as a requirement for the work search. I just want to make sure I'm saying that correctly, right?
That's right.
From what the state said, comply.
Exactly. So register with Kansas Works, perfectly fine. Make a username, make a password, great. But your work search needs to be logged in the work journal, which is right there where you apply for your weekly benefits. Okay, guys? So just make sure that we're doing that. I know that there's no place for the activities, like she said. We'll just do what we got to do until they fix their system, okay? We don't want to get caught in the trick bag trying to fight a process that we didn't create. All right? Now let the ladies keep going.
And then going with the initial claim, we had people submitting, registering, and opening initial claims this week. So what's going to happen is the system's going to pull this date, whatever date, if it's the 10th, it's going to pull the 10th as your first week. So what you need to do is once you do that, you need to contact the unemployment office. Let the service reps know that you have tried to call last week. You tried to get in last week. Keep expressing last week. You tried. And have them to backdate it to the week of 12/8 because that needs to be done for your waiting week, okay? And
so
yeah.
12, and just to be super clear, 12/1 is the claim date start for most everybody, okay? Most everybody, when they get that monetary determination letter, if you look at the top, it says claim date, start date, and 12/1 is the date that most everybody should have on that, right? If you open that initial claim this week, it's showing as 12/8 because this is the week of the 8th. Everybody understand that, right? So that is the problem with opening an initial claim during the same week that you're trying to apply for weekly benefits. But these ladies have been working their tails off and they contacted the state on our behalf and they found a workaround. But this is what you have to do. Make sure you reach out to the state, tell them that you were having issues getting in, which is the God's honest truth, and that last week was the date that you should have opened up the claim. Clear?
True.
All right.
Sub. Okay, so sub, you have to wait for your monetary determination letter. Once you get that, it's real easy. The first thing you need to do is set up your monetary determination letter. It's going to ask for the start date. Like Dante just said, 12/1 has been the actual date that a lot of people, majority of the people I've seen come out. And then you put in whatever your weekly benefit amount is. And then you'll also enter the benefit amount as a whole. And then submit it. And that's all you have to do for the first. Then you go in to apply for weekly benefits. So once you do that, you click on the bar, go down to the week ending. For example, last week was the 12/8, so you click on that. The next two is the yes or no questions. Did you put in a waiting week for the state? Yes. Did you have any non-GM earnings? No, if you did not. If you did, then put yes, and then that's where you submit. If you have a part-time job, full-time job, that's where you submit those earnings. And then you will hit submit that. It's going to tell you, I think we're finding right now, a lot of people that have set up the monetary 12/13 is when sub's going to be submitted to payroll. And it looks like it's going to pay out on 12/20. So keep an eye out for that. Did I miss anything else? Kansas Works. Want to get into that one
Yep.
a little more detailed.
Just on the sub before they go to Kansas Works. Week ending date. I know sometimes we get a little quick on those things. We don't read them, right? It says week ending date. So think about it like this. You don't get paid from any job or GM, right? You don't get paid from GM until after you work, right? You work this week, you get paid next week. Layoff is no different. You're laid off this week, you claim afterwards. So the week ending date, weeks end on Sunday per sub, okay? So that's why it's the 8th, all right? So just keep that in mind as you move forward. because next week ending date will be the 15th, and then the 22nd, and so on and so forth.
So Kansas Search is another tool that the Kansas Unemployment has set up. It's kind of like a Indeed,
Jobs.com.
Jobs.com.
Yep.
It's another tool for you to work on a resume. You can do virtual job fairs, submit applications, etc. The state of Kansas clearly states you need to comply, enroll into Kansas Works. If you go on in the webpage, it will show you exactly everything that it does. I know it submits a resume for you, so keep an eye out on that, because I don't want anyone to lose their benefits because we did not sign up for this, okay? We just need to enroll and comply.
All right.
Anything else?
Anything else from the
Sounds good.
benefits
Yes.
side?
Sounds good.
Sounds good to me. Eric, got any questions from the crowd?
No.
No questions. All right. Well, thank you for your time, ladies. You got anything you want to say? No.
Hey,
Appreciate your time. This has been the benefit update number 2. Be on the lookout for many more. Hopefully not many more, but we'll probably end up doing some more. We'll get it done. Thank you for your time. Solidarity forever, y'all.
thank you.
Thank you.